I said it once before, I'll say it again. I hate scalpers. And it looks like they are trying to go even harder to ruin things for everybody. Now, my last video I made, I was talking about how GameStop and scalpers really botched the shiny Koridon and Maridon giveaway. And there were comments on there that were very unique to see in a very positive, in a very good way, actually. And one of them was mentioning about the only real way to stop this is to have the MSRP price go up, but then it kind of hurts everybody. But I want to go into it as to why I believe that scalpers are trying to ruin Pokemon for everybody else. Um, Also, by going over this article I found on Destructoid.com. Um, why is it so effective? Now, I made a video about this about a year ago where I talk about how they're taking away the card game for just the kids. Take away like actual collectors, but like for the kids that want to open these packs. So, I kind of want to go back to that real quick. Now, I was a Pokemon professor. What that means is that I could help out in officiating official Pokemon trading card game tournaments. Now, I never really did that, but what I did instead was I took that and used that to help train kids to play the game because I would have a lot of kids come to this card shop that I used to hang out at, and they would come over and they would have all their Pokemon cards, and they were always confused, like, okay, this move is so powerful, but you need to have these weird fire marks on them, and I had to explain what they were, and then it turned into me teaching kids over the summer to play Pokemon. And I felt really good about that. Now, it wasn't just kids, there were some teenagers and adults that I would teach how to play, but overall, it felt really good because more people were getting interested into a game I like playing, and I was able to teach them how to play. Um, the one question I would get asked by the parents was, um, how come it's very difficult to get packs? And that's when I had to explain to them in the shortest way possible, and also in professional as well, um, that scalpers will try to make a profit off of it. I always say it's based off nostalgia and rarity of some cards. For example, like the Umbreon cards. The Umbreon cards are freaking high value cards just because everybody loves Umbreon. Um, and it just continues to hurt more and more because they kept going after the card game, so that these kids that I used to teach, well, now they lost interest because they can't get any cards. Now, I know for us who have played the game a lot longer, or are adults that have our own spending money, we know we can go to TCG Player and order the cards that way. But for kids, I know it's not the same as pulling out the cards from a pack and see what you get, because that's the fun out of it. Um, but I've had people who have lost interest because of that they're not able to get packs. And now, scalpers are going after the Pokemon video game. Like I said, they were going after the shiny Koridon and Maridon. And on here on Destructoid.com, it continues to prove my point that scalpers won't rest until every part of Pokemon is ruined, and their latest ploy proves that. It goes in here saying that if causing chaos and nearly destroying a hobby for Pokemon card game fans wasn't enough for scalpers, they are now targeting the video games as well. The shiny Koridon Maridon giveaway for Scarlet and Violet was set back on the 26th in select stores in the US, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand via physical serial codes. Fans are already reporting that stores and employees giving those codes away early, and large amounts of people who visit their stores clearing stock of 50 codes before the event has even started. But then it goes on and continues that the issue isn't that real fans waiting for this event that can't get them now. It's because these people are trying to sell them and hire product. This scalping phenomenon has been happening in the TCG scene for a couple years since the COVID pandemic ended. It became common a problem for TCG fans, to the point where giveaways of special promotion cards like the Vanguard Pikachu seem to be halted shortly before they even started. Pokemon Company is also dealing with online scalping, where scalpers use bots to buy TCG products in bulk in order to clear stock and resell the product for double the price later. Retailers run out of TCG products shortly as they are released, turning scalpers into the only suppliers of products that offer 200% the MSRP. At the time of writing this, the only TCG product that includes cards that have not been sold at official uh, stores, Pokemon Center, is the Battle Academy set because it's cards with low aftermarket value. While the practice of selling limited Pokemon video game codes has been out for a while, it's become a problem where people are getting the codes in bulk and limit access them by legit fans. If people are continuing hoarding these codes to sell them later, they are ruining the experience the Pokemon Company has been set up for real players. It is unclear at this point how many shiny Miraidon and Koraidon codes will be given away and how the big scalping problem these codes are. Destructoid has reached out to the Pokemon Company to learn more about the subject. And then there's another article stating back in 2023, new Pokemon Museum partnership has fans fearing a repeat of the 2023 scalping nightmare, as it is showing that scalping in the world of Pokemon trading cards is arguably at its worst point. It is so bad that collectors are actively wishing that the latest Pokemon partnership features no promotional cards. The Pokemon Card Company and the National History Museum in London, UK have announced a collaboration between an exclusive Pokemon pop-up shop museum for January 26th to March 22nd of 2026. This will feature new products only made by partnerships, including Apparel Sanctuary, brand new exclusive plush. The event announced reads: one type of the Pokemon product that is clearly missing from the list is the cards. While there are no signs that the Pokemon and Natural History Museum store will include such a card, fans fear one could still be part of it. This fear would have gotten anticipation and excitement in normal times due to the Van Gogh Museum's partnership in the Netherlands. It is Pokemon's previous collaboration that became the most infamous TCG scalping incident in history. And then it goes on to say that back in September 2023, the Van Gogh Museum visitors could get an exclusive Pikachu with a gray felt hat promotional card as a gift with the purchase of any Pokemon products. And the TCG scalpers, expecting the Pikachu to be in high demand, the secondary market was exclusive, stormed the museum shop and bought all the merch stock to hoard the Pikachu cards. As you can see in the video below, but we're not going to watch that video because it is just atrocious. Like, this is pathetic. And unfortunately for legit Pokemon fans, scalpers won the Pikachu Van Gogh World War. The museum did not restock cards after the incident, stopped giving them away for safety reasons, only 3 weeks after the exposition had opened. Pikachu with the gray felt hat was supposed to be a free promotional card, went on sale for secondary market for $89 shortly after its giveaway at the museum. At the time of this writing, 2 years after the incident, the card is now valued at $699. Chances are low that history will repeat itself, however, the fans aren't going to be thrilled. Some Pokemon fans are worried that the National History Museum's event suppose there's a last-second announcement of an exclusive promotional card. In that case, scalpers can easily ruin the experience for legit museum visitors and Pokemon fans by flocking to the pop-up store and claiming it for themselves. This is sad overall, because then it's showing a picture of Pikachu and Eevee at the museum. This is very upsetting and extremely pathetic because Pokemon is supposed to be meant to be fun and be for everyone to enjoy. And if you went to the museums, you deserve the exclusive product, not just go there smelling like boss cheese and not wiped your ass in like 3 weeks and collect and take all the cards away and sell them for like double or triple the value. That is why I also always refer to scalpers as like the most dirtiest people out there. Whether they smell real bad, they leave shit stains on the chairs, they smell like ball cheese, they don't use deodorant, and it's because they are that annoying. And now this is continuing to a point where it is starting to affect real players and they're not going to play anymore. So is Pokemon being ruined by scalping? Financially, no. Because, of course, the scalpers are still purchasing the product because they know someone else will spend the extra money to go get them. So that is why I'm saying here, if you want to stop the scalpers from winning, my suggestion is going to be this: do not buy the product on a third seller market or on a second seller market, so like eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Do not buy from these people. If you happen to find product at a Target or a Walmart and you are able to pick it up, do it there. Because scalpers are just going to make it worse for you. And it's bad enough now that they are going after people who love video games and love the video games, that they are now going after the Koraidon and Miraidon cards and trying to sell them for all their money, or for a lot of money. So like I said, the real way to stop a scalper is to not buy anything at all. So I understand that there are kids out there who want to open the new set. And it hurts me to say it, but parents, if you're watching this, do not purchase a Pokemon TCG product. Because eventually, more people will catch on and not do that either, and will not do the same thing. Or, I'm sorry, they will do the same thing and stop purchasing. And when you do that, it takes away money from scalpers. So, that's all I really want to talk about here. Because, like I said before, financially, Pokemon's fine. But for actual people who are interacting with the game, it could be decreasing because of how these low life sacks of shit are. But I just say don't buy any trading card game products until the scalper situation clears up and people realize that they're not worth anything anymore. But that's all I really want to talk about. You guys have a good one.